live right over the edge, bro. Right there. Be uncomfortable. Just talk normally, talk like I'm talking to a friend. What's going on, homies? Back at it with another video. Today's topic is unlearning and why it is crucial that you do so. So I'm going to be going over 4 main points throughout the video that's really going to help you unlearn and reprogram yourself in a positive format. The first key is awareness of past events. The second key is figuring out who you are apart from everyone else's opinions of you. The third key is figuring out, why can't I talk? The third key is defining who you are. What are you drawn to? What do you like to do? Where do you see hours of your day blurring by because you're so invested in what you're doing? These are the things that are extremely important to figure out about yourself, because at the end of the day, a lot of the times we form our opinions of self based on what other people tell us we are or what we stand for. The fourth key is stepping outside of yourself and bringing present moment awareness to your actions. So awareness of past events. Why is this important? A lot of people go through trauma throughout their lives or major events, but they never take time to look back on these events and analyze them. They never take time because it hurts. It's difficult. They don't want to relive these horrific moments of their lives, but it's essential. You have to do it. And this has been very prevalent in my life. It took me so long to go back and revisit the trauma that I have faced throughout my life because I know how difficult it can be. It can be scary, it can be lonely, it can bring stuff back up, and that's never fun. But this is a critical step in forming your new self-image, so you have to do it. Ask yourself, what can I pull from these negative situations? What can I learn from them? How can I become better because of these things? How have these past experiences frame me? What do I still have with me today from these experiences? How do they shape me today? These are all questions you need to ask yourself when you step outside of your situation and you detach emotion from these situations. You have to remove emotion. It's very hard, but you have to do it, because when you look through the eyes of emotion, you don't see clearly. It clouds your judgment and you can't analyze the situation properly. You have to look at it as if it happened to your friend, someone you barely know. That's how you have to look at it, because when you can do that, you remove the clouding of emotion and you can see clearly of what these actions were and how they affected that person, you, in this situation. Now that brings me into key 2. Who do people tell you you are? All your life, people have told you, oh, you're a great student, you're a great athlete, oh, you're not that good at painting, you're not that good at singing. They tell you all these things and then you take them on as your reality, when in reality, they're not your reality. Take a second to listen to that again, because it's the truth. People will project their own insecurities and their own shortcomings onto you to make themselves feel better about their situation. Maybe someone didn't chase their dream of becoming a musician, so when you try to play the trumpet, to play the clarinet, to play the guitar, they tell you you can't do it or you're not good enough, because they don't want to see you succeed at something that they failed at. It hurts them. It makes them live with regret. That's not something that's fun to deal with. People don't like to live in regret. They don't like to see wasted opportunity or time spent where they could have been doing something beneficial. So they'll see you progressing, they'll see you striving, and they'll be scared. It'll rise something up in them that they need to shoot down in you. Don't listen to them. Listen to your own narrative, your own inner self, your true intuition. Everyone has a personal legend. A personal legend is that person's purpose in the universe, their purpose on earth. It's what they came into flesh for, into this physical manifestation of body to fulfill. So when you don't fulfill your personal legend, it hurts, it's hard. And then when you see someone else achieving their personal legend, striving towards it, it's uncomfortable. People don't like to see that, so they try to bring you down with them. Don't listen to them. You are not what people tell you you are. You are you. So find out who you are. And that brings me to my third key. Who are you? Now that you're aware of your past actions and how it affected you throughout your life, and you can kind of reverse engineer them and pull the positives from it. What do you enjoy? What do you love? What do you spend countless hours on that feels like seconds? Where does the time go when you lose track of it? These are things you need to ask yourself. Step outside of your situation, your day-to-day life. If you're trapped in a job that you don't like working, or you're in school and you don't enjoy it, or you're in a relationship and you're not happy, don't stay there just because you put time in. Don't stay there just because it's the right thing to do or what people tell you you should do. You need to chase your dreams. You have one shot at life. You have one. It sounds corny. I get it all the time. oh, YOLO, you only live once, but you do, bro. You only live once. So why not chase your dreams? Why not give everything you have and live right beyond that edge? Push yourself every single day and chase your dreams relentlessly. You can do it. You have the power within you. You just have to become aware of it and realize it. Wake up the dormant power within you and manifest it. Put it out there and it will come back to you if you truly, truly believe. That is the key. You have to have unwavering faith and pair it with elevated emotion. You have to have desire. You have to have a full intent that you will make your dreams into reality. You cannot second guess yourself. You cannot let fear creep in. You have to live with fear. You have to wrestle with fear. You have to love fear because it's what defines you. Fear is the closest definition of ourselves because it limits us. It puts the outline of who we are onto ourselves. It tests our limits and it defines them, but we can break them and redefine them and push our limits, push our fears every single day. So don't try to avoid your fears. Don't fall short of what you know you can do so you avoid fear. And don't push past what you know is possible and overwork yourself to avoid fear. Be present in the moment with fear. Become friends with it and then push it every single day right beyond your edge. So it's really about knowing who you are and believing in it. Don't let other people sway you into their way of thinking or what they think you are. You are you. You're not their thoughts. You're not their feelings. You are you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very scared right now recording. I'm fearful. It's hard to look into a camera, sitting in my house, talking in my room. It's scaring me, but I'm doing it because I know it's what I need to do to get me to where I want to be. It's gonna push my boundaries. I'm dancing with fear. I'm pushing my edge. I'm doing this because I know that my calling is to inspire millions of people. I am put on this earth, this existence, this universe to pull that out of other people. All the things that I've been through throughout my life, and there's so many, have shaped me into the man that I am today so that I could be that masculine energy for other people, so that I could uplift other people and bring them up with me. I went through all these trials and tribulations because it's what the universe knew I needed. It's what I was meant to go through so that other people who are going through similar stuff can relate to me and I can relate to them. It's the yin yang of life. It's the dance between good and evil, between positive and negative. You cannot have one without having the other. So all the bad things you go through throughout your life are really just learning lessons. One of my favorite quotes that I've heard recently is that temporary defeat holds the seeds for success. Defeat is never permanent unless you let yourself think it is. Temporary defeat is the greatest teacher there is. It's just the truth. When you're met with temporary defeat, what you do after defines you. The temporary defeat does not define you. That loss in the moment doesn't define you, but what you do after does. Because usually, the point right beyond that temporary failure is where you're met with massive success. Massive. But you would never know that if you give up right when you're met with defeat. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You have so much power and potential. You literally have unlimited potential. Anything you want in this world, in this existence, is possible. Literally nothing is impossible. Nothing. You can do anything you put your mind to. You know, I lost 90 pounds in over a year, and I don't like to talk about it too much because that's not who I am completely. I'm so much more than weight loss. I'm so much more than the gym. I'm so much more than my physical body. I am a spirit. I am spiritual, and I am a being of light. I am energy. We all are. So don't define yourself to one thing. Don't say, oh, I'm a college graduate, that's my identity. Oh, I've worked for so many years, that's my identity. Oh, I like to help people, that's my identity. You're so much more than that. Don't define yourself and put yourself in boxes. Because when you start to label, you start to define something that cannot be described with words. It can only be felt, it can only be seen, it can only be experienced. Words don't do justice to the power that we are, to the energy that we possess. But yet every day we still try to define more and more to come to some understanding, but it doesn't make sense. Because the more you define, the more you label, the more you constrict, the more you box. So I had a friend say something recently that really stuck with me. He was in the car with his friend, and his friend said, wow, look at that sunset. Isn't it so beautiful and radiant? And the light that it shines just makes me feel so warm and happy. And he said, what do you think about this sunset? And my friend said, it is. My other friend, confused, looked back and said, what do you mean it is? And he said, it is. You can't describe something by labeling it. All that does is put it into a box and diminish its beauty. You just have to be present in the moment and experience it for what it is. Be there. Don't try to label and define and concise, something that cannot be contained. The same thing in today's society. We're so quick to pull out our phones and take a picture or a video instead of experiencing what's in front of us. Whether it be you're at a music festival, or you're on the beach and there's a nice sunset, or you're at dinner and you're taking a picture of your food before you even enjoy it. This whole phone eats first culture, it doesn't make sense. It's like, nourish your soul before you try to impress other people on the internet that could give two shits about you. They don't care. It's just swipe, scroll, like, repeat. It's so minuscule to the importance of what's really important, which is living life fully, completely, and being a true master of self. And that's something I'm going to talk about in another video. A great book I read by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., The Mastery of Self, really helped open my eyes to a lot of stuff. And that's a big thing I'm going to touch on. Reading, guys. You need to be reading. Reading will elevate your consciousness and open your eyes to things you never thought were possible, to things I never thought were possible. But because I said, you know what? I haven't read all my life. Whenever I was assigned a book in school, I would skim through it, read the summary, and just skip over it so I could get the assignment done. And my teacher was happy, and I didn't care. I pushed it to the side, But when I was in that lonely, dark, depressive, suicidal place, I didn't have anywhere else to go. I had no one to turn to. I had no friends around me, and I needed information. I needed help. Since I couldn't talk to anyone, and I couldn't talk to myself because I was in such a dark place, I picked up a book, and I said, I'm gonna read this book, and I'm gonna give it everything I have. I'm gonna try to pull stuff from it to help improve my life. And that's exactly what happened, and I have not looked back since. I read every single day. I read all the time because it helps me so much. And if you're not reading, you're missing out. And I'm not gonna force it upon you, but I highly recommend picking up a book. Wow, I kind of just rambled for a long time. I feel a lot better now that I got it out, and I didn't let my fear control me and stop me from recording. I tried to record this the day before and the day before that, but I was too scared, to be honest. I didn't want to set up my camera. I told myself all these excuses. Oh, it's not the right lighting. It's not the right time of day. It's too noisy in the house. But you know what? Today, I was reading my current read. It really inspired me to pick up my camera, to record, to live life right beyond the edge. And if you can pick up what I'm talking about, you might know what book I'm speaking of. And I'll talk about the book once I'm done reading it so I can give you guys the full picture. It's an amazing read, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. So I'm going to recap what I talked about real quick, in case you guys forgot when you were watching the video. First, bring awareness to your past events. Take an outside perspective of what happened to you and pull positive from it. Next, who do people tell you that you are? What do they say you're good at? What do they say you're bad at? And ask yourself, is this really who I am? Do I believe what these people are telling me is true? Or am I going to fill my own opinion of myself? Which you should definitely do. Don't listen to other people, listen to your true inner self. Third, now that you know that you're not your past events and your trauma, and you're not what other people tell you you are, who are you? Define yourself. Carve out that new self-image and really figure out who you are apart from everyone else's opinions of you. Lastly, be confident in your decisions. If you make a decision, stick with it. If it's wrong, learn from it. Don't hesitate, don't pivot, don't pull back from what you say, stick with it, but admit when you're wrong. A true man, a true woman can admit when they're wrong and then learn from it. They don't backpedal, they don't hesitate, they say what they say, they speak their mind, and they live with the repercussions and they learn from it. And that's life. That's the dance between positive and negative. You have to live with that and learn from it. So guys, that wraps up the video on unlearning. I really hope this helped. This was a different kind of video than I normally do with my gym content, but this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I enjoy. I enjoy putting information out there for you guys to, take in and digest and form your own opinions of, because don't take anything I say as the truth either. Question it. Look at it from an outside perspective. Say, what is Steven saying? Is it true? Do I resonate with it? Do I believe in it? Because I'm not always going to be right. So you need to ask yourself these questions. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're at 247 subscribers and the family keeps growing. I'm going to have a regimen where I'm uploading at least 2 to 3 videos a week. A lot of them are going to be talking videos like this one because I do really enjoy it. And as I record more, I'm going to get more comfortable in front of the camera, talking to you guys, sharing my opinions, having a more structured train of thought. So it's only going to get better from here. So make sure you're subscribed, turn on post notifications, drop a like for me. It helps with the algorithm and it pushes it out to more people. And don't forget to comment. I respond to every single comment. They really do mean so much to me. I know time is super valuable, and you guys taking the time out of your days to leave a comment on the video seriously means more than you know. and I appreciate it. If you guys have any topics you want me to talk about or anything you want me to discuss, drop it below. I'm going to read all the comments, I'll respond to them, and who knows, maybe it'll be in the next video. But for now, homies, stay aware, stay present, and stay at peace. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.